exactly where to cut and where not to cut. So yes, so we shall do the same for what is for the bars which are up here. So for that I'll just right click and then I come here to move, and I'll say mirror copy. So I'll mirror copy in this direction, and sorry, and then this I'll rotate it to be like that, and then come here and lift it upwards up to there. So that way we'll have already shown the so we shall edit this one, so because this one is a top bar, so they're saying 19, so 3D 12 19, so we shall come here and edit the bar size. So we edit the bar size and change this one to T1 like that. So we can shift the location of this, to here. So in this case we are not lapping any bars because a distance of 5.895 is too short, and according to their design they are using the same number of bars for both bottom and top. So bottom bars are mainly for resisting tension, and then the top bars when they're in the instance where they're in the middle of the span, right, like here, these top bars are resisting compression, but when we come to the supports like here where we are, these top bars are resisting tension because of hogging. So we've already shown the bars, so the next thing that you're going to do is to draw the section. So we need to draw the section. So this is the section which we have here, this one over here, this section XX. So first we need to show the section line, so we shall just draw a line here like that, then come here and draw a rectangle that way. Also on this side do the same. So I'm going to choose to I'll reduce that one to this point, almost halfway, and then select these two and mirror this one downwards. So then I'll come and mirror, copy downwards like that, and then I'll call this one, then I'll call it X. Call it X. Do a copy. I'll multiply it. Then come up here and also call it X. That way. And then we shall now come and do the same. So for these lines which I've extended over here, these lines, we shall extend them to somewhere here. Sorry. We shall extend these lines for the depth of the beam. these lines, just extend them to this point, up to there. Then extend this one to this point. So we want to use them to draw the section. So so any point from this edge of the column, we can put the section. So for our beam, like we have seen in this diagram, our beam is at the edge of the building, so it does not have sections of the slab on this side and this other side. The slab which we're using has already been shown here. It has a depth of 150 millimeters. So this one is a flanged beam. So we come here, shall draw that, and then they have shown us that the width of the beam is 200 millimeters. So we shall just come here and also multiply it in that direction, and like 200. So from here, from this edge, they've shown that the thickness of the beam, the slab is 150. So we shall type 150 and put it there. And then shall reduce this to where the slab is, like that. And then this one we shall extend it a little bit like that. So here we're going to create a bright line. So we go in this direction 30. So we shall go in this direction 40. And then this other direction we're also going another 40. This one shall come this way. Say it be 20. Then this one will be 20. Then join the two. Like that. Select these two lines and trim what is in between. That way. So the next thing, now we're going to show the bars that are in the section. So we say that the cover is going to be 30 millimeters, so we shall do the same thing. So remove here 30. Also here we're going to remove 30. And here 32. So we shall draw this line like that. This one to the other side like that. So even for the cover, there is the rules. There are various codes of design show how to determine the cover, basing on many factors like the environment in which your structure is going to be exposed to, also the fire resistance of the building, and many other factors. So I shall not go into that right now. So for our beam, we chose a cover for 30 millimeters. So instead of doing this, it will be a very long process. So I shall just trim. To trim, you press Control. Just press Control. Then we shall come and add the reinforcement bars. We are using D12, so diameter 12 bars. So So this is a bar of diameter 12. Should put one there. Then shall put another one here. Sorry. So we just do the copying. We shall multiply it 2. So you do multiply and multiply it until this one touches the other side, so that the spacing can be okay. Choose the both of the bars and also do another multiplication. Sorry, you multiply only once. So you multiply once like that and shift it upwards that way. There. Now when we have already done that, we will now need to do the fillet, which is over here. So just come and do the fillet. Put a radius of 10 that way. Select this one too and repeat the same procedure. So, and then adjust this bar so that it can be exactly where the fillet is. So we just adjust it a little bit to somewhere there. Also this one, adjust it to somewhere there. Repeat the same procedure up here. Repeat the same procedure. Do a fillet, radius of 10 millimeters. Come and do the same here. Then do the same here. Repeat the same procedure and do a fillet. Sorry. Like that. Shift it to this direction. There. So we already now have the reinforcement bars. So the next thing we shall do is to label the reinforcement bars like they have already labeled here. So you come here, so you forgot to put the hooks. So I shall just choose an arbitrary distance for the hooks. So I'm going to be a specific distance. And even the angle. So there are different types of these hooks, but for me I'm just going to choose arbitrary distances. So this is a 135-degree bend for the hook. So the next thing, we are going now to label these bars. So for this we shall choose a text height of 0.5. So for the top bars we shall use here. Top bars we are going to use here. Make it a little bit, and then we shall just copy this and bring it downwards here. For here, we're going to label this one B. So having labeled that one, the next thing now we're going to do is We are now going to label the bars the way they have labeled it here. We're now going to label the bars. So there is one which is missing. We have to show the links. So for the link, we shall label it C, like that. And then we shall come here and put the key so that we can show what we mean by user 1. So we shall begin by A and say A is D12. D12 and say is D12 19 and say say top 1. So for the reasons to why we say top 1 and top 2, that is going to majorly depend on the layers of the bars that we are using. Sometimes they use more than one layer, so there will be top 1 and top 2, mainly for the beams. So this one we shall multiply it twice. After we have already shown that, multiply it twice like that. So we shall come here and for B we shall just change that, change the bar mark to 18 and say B1. Also bottom can have many layers, so that's why it's important to show whether it's B1 or B2. And for here we shall say B8 and give it a bar mark of 2. And the rest. So this one is C. So you show the bar mark and also the spacing. Say center to center. And then on top here we shall say top here, so we shall again multiply this one. Sorry about that. We shall multiply this one, but we shall change this one to 1. Come here and say section XX, or you can even say XX, say section XX still has the same effect. So we shall now terminate these lines. So we shall select this one and start by selecting this one. So you press shift and select these two lines and you press Ctrl and trim these lines like that. So after we have already done that, now we come back to the beam cross section. The next thing now we are going to do is to anchor these bars in the column. So for this one too, I'm also choosing an arbitrary distance. But it's always you just look for the cover for the column. How far is the column away from? So for me, I'm terminating this one here, but it will be guided by the cover of the column and other rules that are in the various design codes. So for me, I'm just choosing an arbitrary distance. Once you know the distance you're supposed to adopt, it can be easy for you to navigate through these areas. So for this one, we shall go up at 300, and also this one. So this one I shall stagger it a little bit backwards like that, and also it shall also go downwards 300. So I'm using 40 times diameter of bar, 30 times diameter of bar. So also this one is going downwards 300. Stagger this one a little bit to the front, and go upwards to 300. So yeah, like that. So yeah, I'm going now to remove this column, these lines showing the extents of the columns. I don't want them to appear in this cross section, although there are cross sections where people put them, but either way it's just going to give out the same information. So also these ones which are at the top, I'm going to remove them. I'm going to remove these ones. So I shall extend this up to here and remove these ones which are out here. So remove this one. Come in here and remove these two. Also this one I shall come and remove, shall first trim these ones and come and remove this one. So for these ones I will shorten them a little bit. So these ones will just guide us when it comes to dimensioning. These ones will guide us when it comes to dimensioning. So for this side it was 29.95. So yeah, we shall round it off to 16d8, 200 center to center. So this dimension I shall remove it for now and redimension this place. So for the dimensions, I'm also going to change this one to 1, that way. So after we have already created the section, we have already drawn the beam. So the next thing that we're going now to do is to change the line weights to make other lines to become thicker to show the bars, and other ones just to be in normal